Hello. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. I am on live. I don't have the camera facing me today because I wanted to do my whole mat. So today we will be doing mindful movements. I'm very, very excited to start with you all. I'm going to give you all a few minutes to come onto your mat. We're going to start off on our backs today. Yeah. Laying in Shavasana. I'm going to give you all some time to get here. Laying like this, flat, starting to just come into your breath and your body for our mindful movements. So we're starting out laying on our backs. I'm very, very excited to practice with you all today. So I'm going to give you guys like 1 or 2 minutes to join. Get settled into your seat. Make sure you have whatever props you may need. I will be using blocks today because it makes my life a lot easier sometimes in some postures. Yogi's choice. Blocks, no blocks. Whatever you feel comfortable with doing in your body and in your mind. And yeah, so starting to settle down into your space, collecting your thoughts, allowing yourself to feel completely connected to the ground beneath you. Starting to tune into your breath, how it naturally rises and falls. Taking a few breaths here, scanning your body, how you feel. If you're just joining, we're laying flat on our backs on the mat, tuning into our bodies, connecting to the ground beneath us, palms can be facing down for grounding, connectedness, facing up if you're open to receiving or releasing energy. And just allowing yourself to breathe here in this space that you've created for yourself, calling forth in intentions what brought you to your mat today. Whether it was to release and let go of something that's no longer serving you, or if it's to be open. What is it that you need? What is it that you're searching for? Taking one final breath here, normal pace. Exhaling completely, releasing all the air out of your lungs. And once you reach the bottom of that breath, just pausing for a moment. Showing gratitude. And on the next inhale, we're going to inhale through our nose for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling fully, drawing that belly button in and up towards the spine. Inhaling for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 3, 2, and 1. Feeling that connectivity to the breath as you breathe in and exhale. As you inhale, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. And as you exhale, feeling the tension in your body melt into the ground beneath you. I'm going to take 3 more breaths here. Finding that connectivity on the inhalation and exhalation. Connecting to the breath that's going to lead you through practice today. Exhaling fully, feeling that connectivity to the ground. Final breath in before we begin movement. Exhaling fully, drawing the belly button into the spine. Beautiful. On our next inhale, we're going to reach our arms up overhead if you have the space. Exhale, drawing the knees into the spine, into the chest, curling yourself into a ball. Inhaling, Feeling expansive, reaching toes and fingertips away from each other. On the exhale, drawing the knees in, curling the head towards chest. 3 more times, moving just like this. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands, you expand out. Exhale, drawing knees into chest, curling forehead towards the knees. Flowing with your breath. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. Exhale, feeling that contraction. Final time here. Opening up. Exhale, drawing in. We're going to open up, bringing the arms out. And on the exhale, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, palms come straight down, arms straight down next to you. Bringing your heels close to your sit bones, making sure your feet are about hip width distance apart. Palms come into the mat. We're going to inhale, lifting, raising the hips up off the ground for bridge. Exhale down. Breathing in, belly expands, ribs expand, hips lift. Exhale, bringing it down. 4 more times, just like this. Breathing in, lifting the hips, pushing the palms down into the ground as you do this. Exhale, coming down. Flow with your breath. Inhaling fully. Exhale down. Beautiful. 2 more times, just like that. Feeling yourself come open. Finding that connectivity to your breath. Final time here. Inhaling, raising the hips. Exhale down. Beautiful. Go ahead, inhale, stretch the legs out long. Arms come up overhead. We're going to exhale, slowly coming up to sit. Taking a deep breath. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhale down. Folding over in a forward fold, reaching towards your toes. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Gaze comes up on the inhale. Exhale, folding over. Final time. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Gaze goes up. Exhale, folding over. Beautiful. Coming back up to center. Arms lift up. On the exhale, bring them over to the left. Gaze looks over to the left shoulder. Side body twist. Coming back to center, lifting both arms up. Gaze lifts up. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. Exhale, twisting. Opposite side. Looking over that shoulder behind you. Inhaling back to center. Doing both sides 3 more times. Exhale, twisting. Gazing over the shoulder. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, twisting. Moving with your breath. Feeling that connection. Every inhale you bring towards your intentions. Every exhale you're just twisting. Releasing, bringing out what doesn't serve you. Breathing in fully. Exhale and twisting. 1 more time on each side. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. You are expansive in this inhale. Exhale, twisting. Beautiful. 1 more time, opposite side. Breathing in. Exhale, twisting. Beautiful. Bring yourself back to center. Exhale, the arms down. We're going to sweep our legs back around us. Finding tabletop position. So knees are directly stacked underneath your hips. Palms are directly underneath your shoulders, making sure your knees and palms are about hip width distance apart, but keeping them centered. On the next inhale, drop in the belly, lifting the gaze up towards the sky. Taking a deep inhale here. Exhale, chin comes to chest. Curling the spine, pushing the ground away from you. Inhaling here, gaze lifts, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. Exhale, drawing in to yourself. 4 more rounds of this, breathing at your own pace. Exhale, drawing in. Opening up. Connecting to those intentions on the inhale. Exhale, drawing in. One more time. How are you showing up in this practice? How are you being mindful with your breath and your movement? Beautiful. Exhale. Great. Finding a neutral spine. Bring your palms a few inches above your shoulders. We're going to inhale, bringing our hips over to the right and forward. Exhale to the left and back. Beautiful. 3 more times on this side. Inhaling forward. Exhale back. Big hip circles like how I'm doing, or you can do gentle hip circles like this. Honoring your body as you flow, making sure each movement is with a breath. Being intentional with your movements, being mindful with your movements. Final breath here. Exhaling before we swap sides. Inhaling, going opposite direction. Flowing with the breath. Moving continuously. Feeling that connection to self. Exhaling. Beautiful. 2 more times on this side. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. We exhale back. Beautiful. Final time here. Exhale back. Beautiful. Going to find yourself back in tabletop position from here. Bring your big toes to touch. Space comes between your knees. Going to sink the hips back and down. Arms outstretched in front of you. Forehead or chin comes to the mat for child's pose. As we continue on through these mindful movements, know that that position that you are currently in, child's pose, is always offered to you. If you ever feel like you need to take a rest, know that this position is what you can take to honor your body. Everything I offer is an offering, is a suggestion. Be mindful of what you need in your body. Taking one final breath here, inhaling fully. Exhaling anything that's not in alignment with the intentions you set before class. Looking up at your palms, we're going to roll onto our bellies. From here, we're going to bring our feet up to windshield wipe back and forth. Bring the flat parts of your feet down onto the mat. So like if you have them like this, untuck them. Push your feet down so much that your knees come off the mat. Pelvis is squared into the mat. Palms come directly underneath your shoulders. Elbows sink in towards the ribs, and you want to inhale up to lift for cobra. Exhale down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting, gaze comes up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhaling, raising to lift. Exhale down. Beautiful. Tucking the toes and pushing yourself back up into tabletop, only for a moment. From here, we're going to lift our palms a few inches above the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the knees, sinking the hips back for downward dog. First downward dog of class, taking a deep breath here. If this is too much for you, knowing that you can always come back into tabletop, taking the same movement. It's okay. Inhaling here. Taking a deep breath, walking or stepping yourself back so that you're at the front of your mat into a forward fold. Folding over. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Inhale, bring your palms to your shins. Flatten your back, gaze comes forward. Exhale down. Inhale, sweeping your hands up, slowly coming to stand. Palms come up overhead, meeting in prayer. Exhale down to heart center. Inhale, lifting the palms up overhead. On the exhale, opening them up so that your elbows are about shoulder lift. Finding a gentle back bend, arms are cactus. Inhale, lifting the palms back up. Exhale, we're going to fold back over into that forward fold. Planting the palms. Stepping back into downward dog. Taking a deep breath here. On the exhale, we're rolling on our toes, finding plank position. Only for a moment. Dropping the knees. Dropping the hips. Dropping the chest. Untucking the toes. This should look familiar. Palms come directly underneath the shoulders. Untuck those toes. Square those hips. Inhaling up for cobra. Exhale down. Push yourself up into tabletop. Finding that child's pose. Big toes touch, space between the knees, sink hips back and down. Forehead comes to the mat. Going to take 3 deep breaths in this child's pose. And then we're going to flow through that sun A movement like 3 more times. Get the heart rate going, being mindful that each movement is guided with breath. So reconnecting to that 3-part breath, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. Exhale, drawing that belly button in. 2 more breaths here. I have to come and check on the camera because again, it's not facing it. Exhaling fully. Good. Final breath in this child's pose position. Exhale, looking up at your hands, rolling onto your belly. Setting up the body. Inhaling up for cobra. Exhale down. Tuck those toes. Pushing yourself up and either into tabletop or to downward dog. Whatever feels good in your body. Taking a deep breath here. On the exhale, walking, finding your way into a forward fold. Feet about hip width distance apart, allowing your arms to hang, heads hanging. On the inhale, hands to palms. Palms to shins, gaze forward. Exhale down. Inhale slowly to stand, arms sweep out towards the sides, meeting up overhead. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, lifting the palms up overhead. Exhale, meeting in that cactus. Elbows come towards the shoulders, slight back bend, gaze up. Inhale, lifting the palms up. Exhale, folding over for the forward fold. Planting the palms, stepping back, downward dog. Taking a deep breath here. Rolling on your toes. Dropping the knees, dropping the hips, dropping the chest, untucking those toes. Pushing the toes in, making sure those elbows are in. Inhaling up for cobra. Exhale down. Pushing yourself either back into child's pose if you need a break, or coming all the way back up into downward dog. Taking a deep breath here. Exhaling fully. If you're in child's pose, finding your way into tabletop position, taking a deep breath here. On the exhale, looking up at your hands and walking to the front of your mat so that you're in that forward fold again. Hands come to shins, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale down. Slowly inhaling to stand, palms sweep up. We've been here before. Finding movement and power in your breath. Exhale down. Each movement is guided by the breath. Inhale, palms come up. Exhale, opening up. Back bend. Inhale, lifting the palms up. Exhale, folding over. Plant the palms, step back. Downward dog. Taking a deep breath here. Exhale, rolling, finding that plank position. Drop it down to the mat. Untucking the toes. Inhale, lifting. Finding that cobra, beautiful. Exhale, down. On the inhale, pushing yourself either back to child's pose or finding a downward dog. One more time, taking a deep breath here. Exhaling, if you're in child's pose, finding that tabletop. Taking a deep breath, looking up at your hands. Walking so that you find yourself in that forward fold. Knowing where you're going, inhaling, hands to shins, flat back, gaze forward. Exhale down. Beautiful. Inhale to stand, palms sweep up, gaze rise over. Hands meet in prayer, exhale, heart center. Inhale, lifting the palms up, opening up, finding those cactus arms. Slight back bend here. Inhale, raising up. Exhale, folding back over. Take the palms, step back. Taking a deep breath in this downward dog. On the exhale, rolling on your toes, find a plank. Dropping yourself down, knees, hips, chest, untucking the toes. Inhaling up for cobra, keeping those elbows in. Exhale down. Beautiful. Pushing yourself up. Big toes to touch, space between the knees, sink hips back and down. Arms outstretched in front of you. Taking 4 deep breaths here. Maybe you hydrate. Hope you all have water near you. Reconnecting to your intentions in your breath. Calming the mind. Being mindful with those breaths. 2 more breaths here in child's pose. Feeling that connectivity. Inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. Beautiful. On your next inhale, looking up at your hands. Rolling so that you're in tabletop position. Bringing your right hand to the center of the mat. Left hand lifts up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Reaching over to the opposite side. Inhaling, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands, right arm comes up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Final time on this side. Inhaling, lifting the arm up. Exhale, threading it through. On the inhale, bringing the arm up. On the exhale, allow it to find the mat. We'll do the opposite arm, bringing the left arm to the center of the mat. Right arm raises up towards the sky. Exhale, thread it through. Reaching. Up. Exhale, bring it through. Being mindful of the breath, allowing the breath to lead the movement. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands up. Exhale, thread it through. Allowing the arm to come up. Exhale, bring it down. Finding yourself in tabletop, tucking the toes. Bring your palms a few inches above your shoulders. Finding that downward dog. Stretching out, taking a deep breath in this downward dog. Exhale fully. Bringing your right foot up. 3-legged dog, or if that's too much, you're in that Knee down, bring the right leg up. We're going to bring it through, and everybody's knee is going to come down because you're in a knee down lunge. If this feels uncomfortable, feel free to put padding underneath your knee. Sometimes I do. It is okay. Front knee should be directly underneath the ankle. Toes can either be tucked or untucked in the back, yogi's choice. Inhale, bring the arms up. We're going to exhale. Frame out both arms. Extend that back leg forward, feeling that all in the hamstrings. Inhale, knee over ankle. Lifting. Arching that back. Exhale. Bring it down. Toes come up towards the ceiling. Flowing with your breath. 2 more times. Exhale it down. Final time here. Exhale it down. Beautiful. Bring yourself back up into this lunge. Exhale the hands down. We're going to turn to face the long sides of our mat. So turn our knees, pivot. So we're like this, and then we're going to extend this leg out. Toes can come down. So we're facing the front long portion of our mats now. Going to inhale both arms up. Exhale. Arm comes down the right leg. Left arm comes over, side body stretch. Inhale back up. Both arms come up. On the exhale, this is where a block can come in handy. You can come to the block or the ground, whichever feels good for you. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale. Arm comes down the leg. Gaze up. Final time. Inhale in here. Exhale, dropping that left arm down, right arm comes overhead. Bring yourself back to center. Both arms come up. Exhale, bring the arms down, and we're going to turn back, finding that low lunge again. Knee down lunge. Exhale, bring the palms down. Finding yourself a tabletop. If you have something under the knee, remove it. We're going to find ourselves back. Downward dog, or you can stay in tabletop if that's what you were doing. Taking a deep breath here. Exhale, walk into the front of your mat. Finding that forward fold. Hands to shins, gaze forward. Exhale down. Slowly inhaling to stand. Palms reach out towards your sides. Up overhead. Exhale to heart center. Beautiful. Noticing here where your body feels, how you might feel unbalanced after stretching one side and not the other, being mindful of how the movements might have changed your body. Taking a deep inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, finding that cactus arm. Gentle back bend. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, folding over. Forward fold. Plant the palms. Step back into downward dog or your tabletop. Taking a deep breath here, rolling on your plank position. Dropping the knees. Dropping the hips. Dropping the chest and tucking the toes. Keeping those elbows in. Inhaling up for cobra. Exhale down. Pushing yourself up either into tabletop or finding that downward dog. Whatever you choose to do in your body is fine. Honoring where your body is in your practice. Inhale, lifting the left leg up. We're going to bring it through. Finding that knee down lunge. If you need to cushion your knee, honor that. Make sure your knee is directly underneath the ankle. If you need to bring your feet a few inches forward. So prevent none of this. This is wrong. This is right. You want that alignment. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, dropping the palms. Sticking hips back, toes come up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. 3 more times. Inhaling here, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. You are expansive. Exhale, dropping down. Peeling those toes back. Flowing with your breath. Feeling those intentions open up. How are you showing up for yourself? Exhale down. Peeling back. Final time here. Inhaling fully. Exhaling down. Beautiful. From here, we're going to find ourselves up in this beautiful position. Exhale the arms down. I'm going to turn so I'm facing you. We're going to pivot our knee. Bring the other leg out, down, so that we're facing a long area of the mat. If needed, you can keep a block next to your body. Right here. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, down the long side of your leg first. Reaching. Back to center. Exhale, hand to block. 3 more times. Moving with your breath. Exhaling. Reach inside body. Coming yourself back to center. Exhale, dropping the palm. Reaching. Flowing with the breath, belly expands, ribs expand, chest expands. Exhaling. Final time. Inhaling up. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms up, moving the block off to the side. Exhale, coming around so that we're in that lunge position, removing whatever's underneath your knee. Exhale, dropping the leg. Palms, swinging the leg back around if you were in a tabletop or a 3-legged dog, whatever you did. Exhale it down. Taking a deep breath here, finding yourself either you're in downward dog or child's pose, or in tabletop. Taking a deep breath, finding your way into forward fold. Final time. Inhale, palms, shins, gaze forward. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting the palms up overhead. Meeting in prayer, exhale, heart center. Connecting to those intentions. Inhaling up. Opening up cactus arms. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Plant the palms, stepping back. Last downward dog of claps. Taking a deep breath here. Rolling so that you're in plank. Dropping the knees. Dropping the hips, dropping the chest. Inhaling for the final cobra. Exhale down. Pushing yourself up into tabletop. Big toes touch, space between the knees. Sink the hips down, finding child's pose. Connecting the forehead to the mat. Slowly allowing your breath to return to normal. Knowing that this is your final place. Final place. Ooh. Final resting place. Take it as many breaths as you need here. Exhaling fully. And as you slowly bring yourself back into your space, you can walk your hands back, finding a seated position, either hero pose or cross-legged position, so that we can close out class. Hello. I'm going to take one collective breath here. seated. Bring your palms up overhead, allowing them to exhale to heart center. Bowing to yourself for first and foremost for being mindful, for being open and creating space for yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. My name is Just Trin. I go by Just Trin the Yogi here, and I will be doing mindfulness movements with you guys every Sunday at 6. So thank you so much for practicing with me, and I hope to see you next week. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.